Al, President continues his trip to some islands of Nunu Atoll and Ra Atoll. PPM running mate reveals Maldivians do not want to spread chaos in the country by supporting the opposition coalition. And PPM reveals President will announce key pledges of the manifesto on September 7th.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Nasma Abdul Mohsen and this is PSM News. President Abdullah Yameen Abdul Gayoom expresses the aim of the administration is to expand the progress of the country to the entire population so that it is shared by every single citizen. The President made the statement while addressing the public at the ceremony held to inaugurate the harbour in Innamadu in Ra Atoll. During the ceremony, President Yameen emphasized the administration is putting in every effort to bring the development desired by the people. Speaking in this regard, the President reassured the administration has the capacity and energy to repay the loans secured for developmental projects. Continuing on, President Yameen stated the administration considers every island equally in terms of bringing development, regardless of its size or the size of its population. He reiterated the administration works towards providing development and progress for all. Speaking further, the President stated the biggest blessing is the Islamic faith and called upon everyone to always safeguard Islamic values. During the visit, President Yameen inaugurated the harbour of Innamadu by unveiling the monument place to commemorate the completion of the project. President Abdullah Yameen Abdul Gayoom assures to continue serving the citizens of the country. Addressing the ceremony held to mark the completion of the harbour project in Ingoradu in Ra Atoll, President Abdullah Yameen stated the government will bring development inclusive of all sectors and all individuals alike. Noting collective development is the only way which will ensure social and economic development, President Yameen expressed government authorities and relevant institutions are working tirelessly to bring development to the atolls. Moreover, the President affirmed projects initiated by the government will be continued. During the ceremony, President Yameen unveiled the monument place to commemorate the completion of the harbour development project. President Abdullah Yameen Abdul Gayoom states he would always put the country's peace above all and that he would always uphold justice. Addressing the ceremony held to mark the completion of road development project in Midu in Ra Atoll, President Abdullah Yameen said his only priority is competing with the challenges faced in the development of the country, highlighting he is only keen to solve the issues faced to the nation. Continuing on, President Yameen pointed out the administration has been able to reclaim more land area to Hulumale in 9 weeks in comparison to the land area reclaimed in 9 years during the initial Hulumale development phase. The President also stated despite the major developmental milestones the administration has been able to achieve, the opposition was in denial. Furthermore, the President noted, despite the invitations extended to political parties on 13 occasions, the opposition never had to come to terms with the government for the prosperity of the country, noting the opposition always put forth individuality. Moreover, during the ceremony, speaking on the importance of the voting day, the President stated the vote given on September 23rd will serve to shape the future of the country, further adding to compare and vote for peace and stability of the country. During the ceremony, President Yameen unveiled the monument place to mark the completion of the road development project. President Abdullah Yameen Abdul Gayoom underscores the current administration had to regain the reputation of the country which was lost when Maldivian Democratic Party was in power. Addressing the ceremony held at Duafar in Ra Atoll, President Abdullah Yameen spoke on the developmental projects initiated by the government in Duafar, highlighting further development projects in the pipeline. In this regard, President Yameen revealed plans of the government to hand over 2 school buses to the Wafar before the beginning of the next academic year. Moreover, the President noted Maldivians trust the current administration to solve all the major issues faced by the people, noting the manifesto of the ruling party is based on shared progress. The President underlined the administration treats the country's youth, women, senior citizens, people with disabilities equally when it comes to national development. Speaking in this regard, the President said he aspires to seek economic development to Maldives alongside improving the livelihood of the people. The President also revealed his aim to find avenues of income for every citizen who aspires and strives for a better life. Running mate of Progressive Party of Maldives, Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Saeed reveals Maldivians do not want to spread chaos in the country by supporting the opposition coalition. Addressing a function held at Hitadu in Lama Atoll as part of campaign efforts to re-elect the incumbent president for a second term in office, the running mate of the ruling party said if the opposition wins the upcoming presidential election, the country would be thrown into chaos and instability. In this regard, Shahim said a coalition with different ideologies will not last and urged the public to support the president. Moreover, Shahim expressed Maldivians now envision development for the country and highlighted President Abdullah Yameen Abdul Gayoom must be given a second term to further prosper the country. Furthermore, addressing a ceremony held in Mamindu, the running mate reiterated President Yameen is prospering the country, overcoming many political challenges faced by the administration. Shahim highlighted peace was restored and the social structure of the country was renewed after President Yameen took office in 2013. Shahim has visited 4 islands of Lama Atoll as part of his campaign efforts to re-elect President Yameen to a second term in office. In this regard, Shahim visited and held gatherings and door-to-door meetings at Mava, Kunahandu, Hitadu and Mamindu. Progressive Party of Maldives PPM reveals President Abdullah Yameen Abdul Gayoom will announce key pledges of on the manifesto on September 7th. Speaking at a press conference, Parliamentary Group Leader Ahmed Nihan Hussain stated, there are important projects in the pipeline for the next 5 years, adding key pledges focus on the development of the country. Noting some pledges of the manifesto have been announced during the ongoing campaign activities of the President, Nihan revealed 7 important pledges will be revealed during a gathering held on the 7th of September. Meanwhile, according to the Secretary-General of PPM, Dr. Abdullah Khalil, the President is announcing the manifesto part by part to provide the chance for the public to better understand the pledges. Elections Commission of Maldives publishes final voters list for the presidential election. The Elections Commission said the public can file complaints regarding the final voters list until the 29th of August. According to the electoral body, the public can only file complaints regarding the registered voting stations during the time frame. The final voters list shows a total of 362,135 Maldivians eligible to vote in the presidential election. The Commission will place 472 ballot boxes across Maldives for the presidential election, which is scheduled to be held on the 23rd of September. Minister of Defense and National Security Adam Sharif Umar states opposition is calling for the intervention of foreign colonial powers to influence the upcoming presidential election and not to solve any internal matter in the country. Addressing the ceremony held to inaugurate the Youth for Nation Talk Forum, Defense Minister Adam Sharif Umar expressed foreign powers intervening in internal matters of the country is only possible when individuality is prioritized over nationalism. The Defense Minister noted the attempts of some Maldivians who are living abroad who continuously call for foreign powers to influence internal matters of the country. The Minister said such attempts are a challenge in protecting the Islamic values and the sovereignty of the country. Minister Adam Sharif said youth must be aware of such attempts and strongly advocate for Islam and nationalism. Youth for Nation Talk Forum is initiated by the government in efforts to enhance the faith of the youth, to protect the religion and to enhance culture and tradition of Maldives. Ministry of Housing and Infrastructure contracts harbour development projects of 3 islands. In this regard, the Housing Ministry contracted the construction of outer seawall of the harbour developed in Nala Fushi in Meme Atoll and the second phase of the harbour construction in Keodu in Wawu Atoll to Maldives Transport and Contracting Company MTCC. Meanwhile, the jetty construction in Fulidu in Wawu Atoll was contracted to Ina Trading Company Private Company Limited. The total cost of the projects total up to $2.4 million and must be completed in 3 months. State Electric Company Limited Stelco commences laying the concrete foundation of 2 towers under construction as part of the largest social housing project initiated by the government. During the ceremony held in Hulumale, laying the concrete foundation was initiated by CEO of Stelco, Ahmed Zuhur. Stelco will construct 2 16-story towers in the second phase of Hulumale as part of the government-initiated social housing project. Stelco contracted the project to Hong Kong-based Rotime Engineering and Technology Co. Limited. Speaking to media, Ahmed Zuhur said the project is expected to be completed within 1.5 years, adding easier payment arrangements will be made for the employees of Stelco who apply for the housing units. The 2 towers contain 1-room, 2-room and 3-room apartments, and the price varies from about $65,000 to $194,000. A total of 62 25-story housing towers will be constructed as part of the largest social housing project to be launched in Maldives. The government aims to provide affordable housing for a population of 100,000 people from Hulumale upon completion of the project. Managing Director of Public Service Media PSM Ibrahim Khalil receives the title of Inspirational Leader of the Year at the Maldives Business and Customer Experience Awards 2018. Maldives Business and Customer Experience Awards was initiated to recognize and celebrate organizations, teams and individuals who are achieving business excellence. During the ceremony held at Hotel Jen, awards were conferred to remarkable figures of the business and customer service sector of the country. In this regard, the title of the Inspirational Leader of the Year at the Maldives Business and Customer Experience Awards 2018 was awarded to the Managing Director of Public Service Media PSM, Ibrahim Khalil. On behalf of Ibrahim Khalil, the award was received by Deputy Managing Director of PSM, Muhammad Ikram Abdul Latif. In the past 30 years, Khalil has established himself as the greatest media personality Maldives has ever seen, loved and respected by a huge population in the country and well known in the international fora. Moreover, during the ceremony, PSM received awards on leisure and entertainment and digital experience and e-commerce. The Maldivian outlet of the Manhattan Fish Market received Top Sales 2017 award. The award of recognition was conferred at a summit held for all Manhattan outlets across the world. The summit was held in Malaysia on the 15th of August. The award was received by Silver Spoon Private Limited running the Maldivian outlet. Speaking about the award, Silver Spoon told PSM News it is proud of the achievement. The Manhattan Fish Market located in Hulumale serves 77 dishes. According to Silver Spoon, the 2018 Summit for Manhattan Outlets will be held in Maldives. The franchise is famous for seafood served American style. There are several restaurants of the Manhattan Fish Market in Asia and the Middle East, including Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Oman, Japan, Bangladesh, Qatar, UAE, Brunei and Maldives. The skeletons of more than 90 people have been found in Sri Lanka's Mannar region as archaeologists enter the 58th day of excavation. Local media television showed footage of skeletal remains being uncovered at the archaeological site. Chief Investigator Saminda Rajapaksam said the team were on their 58th day of excavation and that nearly 100 skeletons had been found so far. The site is situated on a former war zone which saw intense fighting between government troops and the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, LTTE, during a conflict which ended in 2009. More than 100,000 people were killed in the war since it started in 1983, and thousands, mainly ethnic minority Tamils, are still unaccounted for or missing. A United Nations panel has said around 40,000 Tamil civilians died in their ferocious final months of the conflict, but Sri Lanka has disputed that figure. The panel concluded both sides committed atrocities, but army shelling killed most victims. The government earlier this year set up the Independent Office of the Missing Persons to investigate all disappearances during the conflict. Bayern Munich legend Bastian Schweinsteiger returns to his roots, making an appearance at the team's Siebener Strasse training ground. The 34-year-old midfielder German trained with his current team Chicago Fire, who will play Bayern Munich in a testimonial match for Bastian Schweinsteiger. Fans old and young gathered at the training ground for a glimpse of Schweini, who is a former German international who played for Bayern for 17 years. Schweinsteiger told reporters he was looking forward to the match but expected it to be emotional. He said he thought the current Bayern squad had good chances of doing well in the Champions League, and he thought the national side's coach Joachim Löw was the right man for the job, despite the team crashing out of this year's World Cup in the first round. An auction of Disneyland theme park vehicles, props and artifacts turned into a Los Angeles attraction in its own right raised more than $8.3 million. Auctioneers Van Eaton Galleries said an original Dumbo the Flying Elephant ride car sold for $483,000, more than 4 times the pre-sale estimate, while magician David Copperfield nabbed a neon letter D from the Disneyland Hotel for $86,250. The 900-item collection was so vast that organizers and collector Richard Kraft staged a That's from Disneyland public exhibit for the month of August in a former sporting goods store in suburban Los Angeles that was visited by tens of thousands of people. One couple even got married there. Kraft, who is a Hollywood agent, began collecting 25 years ago, spurred by nostalgia for his visits with his late brother to Disneyland in Southern California. He kept many of the items, including the Dumbo car, in his own home. Jose, which is an animatronic bird from the Tiki Room, sold for $425,000, and the auction shattered several records for Disneyland posters and theme park signs. Van Eaton Galleries said a Skyway gondola original vehicle from the 1950s, which sold for $621,000, set a new auction record for a Disneyland ride. Kraft said he will donate a portion of the proceeds to 2 organizations benefiting children who, like his 4-year-old daughter Daisy, suffer from the rare genetic disorder, Coffin-Siris syndrome, and other special needs. And that's all we have for you right now. Thank you for watching. Have a very pleasant day.